Hello students, today we are going to see about acceleration, a new concept called acceleration. So acceleration is nothing but the change in velocity. It's nothing but the change in velocity. So when object is in motion, so ஒரு object வந்து இப்போ ஒரு straight lineல move ஆகுதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. So the object is in straight line motion. So this is the object and it is moving in a straight line. So in its path of motion, its velocity will not be uniform. So the velocity will be high at some times and it will be at low. Another high and it will also become low. So there will be a non-uniform velocity. It will have a non-uniform velocity in its motion. So when there is a non-uniform velocity, what do you mean by the non-uniform velocity? Its velocity will not be constant. So throughout this object in its path, throughout its motion, it will not move the constant velocity. Say like 5 meter per second, it will not move entirely up to its path of motion. It will not move the 5 meter per second. It might start with 5 meter per second and it will just change, right? It may go up to 10 and it can come to 7 and at times it can come again goes to 5. So likewise there will be a non-uniform distribution of velocity in its motion. So there is a change in velocity, right? So the velocity of the object changes in its motion. So the velocity of the object, like see, so object ஒரு straight line மூவ் ஆகுது. ஸோ இப்போ வந்து பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து போகும்போது ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் ஜீரோலேருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது இட் ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ் வித் 5 மீட்டர் per second and at 5 seconds it attains 10 meter per second and at 10 seconds it attains 17 meter per second likewise. Okay, so there is a non-uniform distribution of velocity in its motion. So acceleration is nothing but the change in velocity. So to determine this change, to up to 5 seconds it is 5 meter per second and from 5 seconds it moves with 10 meter per second. So there is a change in velocity, right? There is a change in velocity and at 10 seconds it moves with a 17 meter per second. There is also a change in velocity. So how to measure this change? So that we'll calculate acceleration. So how to measure this change in velocity? For that we calculate acceleration. So acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity with time. Acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity with time. Its unit is meter per second square. Its unit is meter per second square. So now we know what is acceleration. It is the rate of change of velocity. So when there is a change in velocity, acceleration happens. So now we are going to calculate acceleration over a time interval. That is, if an object is moving between the time interval, like the object starts here at 0 seconds, it moves up to 30 seconds. It moves up to 30 seconds. So there is the time interval is between 0 to 30 seconds. So if we calculate likewise, it moves with the non-uniform velocity. So if we want to calculate acceleration between the time interval 0 to 30 seconds, I want to calculate acceleration between the time interval 0 seconds to 30 seconds. So how to calculate? There is another quantity called average acceleration. Average acceleration. That is acceleration over a time interval. If we calculate acceleration over time interval, that is average acceleration. So the unit is same as acceleration, that is meter per second squared. So average acceleration is defined as change in velocity divided by time interval. Change in velocity divided by time interval. So change in velocity is nothing but del v, and time interval is by del t. As you know, del v is v2 minus v1, del t is t2 minus t1, where v2 is the final velocity of the object, v1 is the initial velocity of the object, and t2 is the time at the final velocity of the object, and t1 is the time at the initial velocity of the object. So this is average acceleration. The average acceleration is denoted as, how to denote this average acceleration, I'll tell you. So average acceleration is denoted as a to the power bar. Okay, so a, and at the head of a there should be a bar. So this is the average quantity. Okay, so a bar. Okay, that is a bar is equal to change in velocity by time interval, that is del v by del t is equal to v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. Okay, now we are going to see the types of acceleration, that is so the types of acceleration. First is instantaneous acceleration. And another one is uniform acceleration. Another one is non-uniform acceleration. So there are these three types of acceleration. First we will see what is the instantaneous acceleration. So instantaneous acceleration is defined in the same way as the instantaneous velocity. That is, instantaneous acceleration is the limiting value of the average acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration is the limiting value of the average acceleration as time interval del t approaches 0. Okay, it is a limiting value of the average acceleration as time interval del t approaches 0. Like instantaneous acceleration, otherwise called as the acceleration at an instant. Acceleration at an instant. Acceleration at an instant. For example, if the object is moving from 0 to 30 seconds. So if I am going to calculate the acceleration between the time interval 0 to 30 seconds, then it is called as the average acceleration, because I am calculating acceleration between the time interval 0 to 30 seconds. So I have to calculate average acceleration. Suppose this is 15 seconds. Okay, I want to calculate the acceleration at this point. What is the acceleration at 15 seconds. At this instant, it is called as the instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration or acceleration at that instant. This is the instant, and acceleration at that instant is called as the instantaneous acceleration. So as I said earlier, instantaneous acceleration is defined as the limiting value of the average acceleration as del t approaches 0. Is the limiting value of the average acceleration as del t, time interval, becomes 0. That is, average acceleration is del v by del t. If we apply limit del t tends to 0 is equal to instantaneous acceleration. This is the instantaneous acceleration is equal to the limiting value of this is the average acceleration. The limiting value of the average acceleration called as the instantaneous acceleration as del t becomes 0. Okay. How the del t becomes 0? Because if we have like I said, the body is traveling from 0 seconds to 30 seconds. If I am going to calculate the acceleration between the time interval 0 seconds to 30 seconds, so del t will be t2 minus t1. t2 is 30 seconds, t1 is 0 seconds. So we have a time interval, right? We have a time interval that is between 0 to 30 seconds. But we are going to calculate the instantaneous velocity, that is between the path of the object. This is 30 seconds. We are going to find out acceleration at 15 seconds. At this instant, we are going to calculate the acceleration. So del t becomes, that is, there is no time interval. So there is no time interval, that it becomes 0. So for that we are applying limit. Okay. So I think the concept will be clear. Since del t becomes 0, we are applying limit. Okay. So instantaneous acceleration A is equal to limit as del t tends to 0 del v by del t, limit of the average acceleration, which will give dv by dt, difference in velocity by time interval, that is differential coefficient of velocity divided by differential coefficient of time. We are differentiating velocity with respect to time. So this is the instantaneous velocity. Okay. Now we will move on to the other kinds of acceleration, that is types of acceleration. That is, there are two types of acceleration, that is uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. So if you want to calculate the uniform acceleration, we need to have a set of equations. You would have come across equations of motion. So with these equations, we are going to calculate the uniform acceleration. Now we are going to deal with the non-uniform acceleration, that is, or variable acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration, or the other word is variable acceleration. So how to calculate this non-uniform acceleration? Uniform acceleration, we need to use a set of equations of motion that we'll see in the next class. Now we'll just discuss about the non-uniform acceleration. So before going into the non-uniform acceleration, we need to know about the factors affecting acceleration. Factors affecting acceleration A. Okay. Factors affecting acceleration. So there are two types of motion, as we studied in motion basics. There is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So if we take uniform motion, you know the definition. When an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, that is, this is the position time graph, x and t. So likewise 2, 4, 6, 8, and this is 2 meters, 4 meters and 6 meters likewise. So it covers equal distances and equal intervals of time. For 2 seconds it covers 2 meters, and at another 2 seconds it covers 2 meters, and at another 2 seconds it covers 2 meters. So it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. So an object is in uniform motion, it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. So what happens here is the velocity will be uniform, the velocity will be constant. For example, if you are going with the motorcycle, okay, this is you in a straight line, you are going with 5 km/h. Okay, so throughout the entire path of the motion you are going with the 5 km/h. Okay, so you will cover equal distances, in equal intervals of time. So when the object is in uniform motion, its velocity will be uniform. So the velocity will also be uniform. So when the object is moving in the uniform motion, the velocity will be uniform. So in uniform motion, the object moves with the uniform velocity. So when the object is moving with the uniform velocity, then there is no change in velocity, right? There is no change in velocity. So the acceleration A becomes 0. So the acceleration becomes 0. For example, you are just going in a motorcycle, likewise I said you are going from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. You are going with 5 meters per second. So between the time interval 10 seconds to 30 seconds, there is no change in velocity. So acceleration A becomes 0 because you are moving with the uniform velocity, that is 5 meters per second. Okay, so the acceleration becomes 0 for uniform velocity. When the object is in uniform motion, when the object is in uniform motion, the acceleration becomes 0. Okay, so this is the factor effect. This is the first factor affecting acceleration. So now we'll see what happens when object is moving with the non-uniform motion. So we just saw what happens when the object is moving with the uniform motion. Then it will have uniform velocity. So when it has uniform velocity, acceleration becomes 0. Now let us see what happens when it has a non-uniform motion, when the object is moving with the non-uniform motion. So when the object is moving with the non-uniform motion, the type of motion it will have is, it will not be uniform, right? It will not cover equal distances in equal intervals of time. So it has non-uniform motion. So when it has non-uniform motion, when it does not cover equal distances in equal intervals of time, it covers unequal distances in unequal intervals of time. The changes will not be constant. Okay, so it covers unequal distances in unequal intervals of time. So it is said to be in a non-uniform motion. When it is moving at the non-uniform motion, the velocity will not be uniform. It will move with the non-uniform velocity, right? Because the motion is not uniform, it moves with a non-uniform motion. It moves with a non-uniform motion, so the object does not have a uniform velocity. It moves with non-uniform velocity. So what happens to acceleration? We'll just see. So when the object is moving with the non-uniform motion, it will have non-uniform velocity. When it has non-uniform velocity, it will have non-uniform acceleration. When the object is moving in the non-uniform motion, it will move with the non-uniform velocity. So hence it is moving with the non-uniform velocity, its acceleration will not be uniform, it will move with the non-uniform acceleration. Okay. So the types of non-uniform acceleration, that is, if the object is moving with the non-uniform acceleration, it will have either positive acceleration or negative acceleration. It will have positive acceleration or negative acceleration if it is moving with the non-uniform acceleration. We'll just see with the example. So we have a velocity time graph. Okay. So velocity in terms of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. And time in sense of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So the car initially starts at rest at 0, okay, at the origin. It picks up speed till 10 seconds. Just it goes like this, okay, till 10 seconds. It picks up speed from 0 to 10 seconds, and from 10 to 18 seconds it moves with a constant velocity. From 10 to 18 seconds, okay, it moves with a constant velocity. Now the brakes are applied here. At 18 seconds the brakes are applied and it comes to rest at 20 seconds. So if we analyze this motion, the car is at rest at 0. It picks up speed till t is equal to 10 seconds. So 0 to 10 seconds it picks up speed. As you can see, it is moving with the it is moving with the increasing velocity. It is moving with the increasing velocity in non-uniform acceleration, because the velocity is not uniform, non-uniform velocity. So acceleration A is also non-uniform. So from 0 to 10 seconds, it is moving with the increasing velocity and non-uniform acceleration, right? Non-uniform acceleration. Okay, because the velocity is not uniform between the time interval 0 to 10 seconds. This is the first case. and from 10 to 18 seconds, from 10 to 18 seconds, it moves with a constant velocity. It moves with uniform velocity. From 10 seconds to 18 seconds, it moves with uniform velocity. So there is no change in velocity. No change in velocity. From 10 to 18 seconds, no change in velocity. So acceleration becomes 0, right? It has 0 acceleration. A is equal to 0. This is the second case. And third kind of motion, if we see between the time interval 18 to 20 seconds, the brakes are applied at 18 seconds and the car comes to rest at here 20th second. It comes to rest, it comes to the original position. So we'll just see the third case. Third type of motion, that is from 18 seconds to 20 seconds, the brakes are applied here. So as you can see, the velocity comes down, right? So it moves with the velocity is decreasing. So it will have, in the third case, velocity is decreasing. So it will have negative acceleration. Beyond the third case, the velocity is decreasing between 18 to 20 seconds. So it will have negative acceleration. As you can see in the first case, here from 0 to 10 seconds, the velocity is from 0 to 10 seconds, the velocity is increasing. So when the velocity is increasing, it will have positive acceleration. Okay. But in the third case, as you can see from here, the velocity is decreasing. Okay. Between 18 to 20 seconds, the velocity is decreasing. So it will have negative acceleration. So if the velocity is increasing, we will have positive acceleration, and if the velocity is decreasing, we will have negative acceleration. Now this kind of acceleration from 18 to 20, it is moving with a constant acceleration. We'll just see, like from 0 to 10 seconds, it has attained, that is 24 meter per second. Within 0 to 10 seconds, the object has attained 24 meter per second velocity. And from 10 to 18 seconds, there is no change in velocity. So from 10 to 18 seconds, the velocity is 24 meter per second. There is no change in velocity. The brakes are applied at 18 seconds, the third case. Okay. So this is the 19th second. Okay. So when we'll have a constant acceleration? Okay. So there is a uniform change in velocity. There is a constant change in velocity. Like when we will have a constant acceleration, when can we attain a uniform acceleration? When there is a constant change in velocity. That is, the change in velocity should be uniform. If the change of velocity is uniform, then we can say the object is moving with a constant acceleration or uniform acceleration. For example, if a body starts here in a straight line motion, it starts from 0, and at 10 seconds it moves with 5 meter per second, and at between 20 seconds it moves with 10 meter per second, and between 20 to 30 seconds it moves with 15 meter per second. Okay, there is a equal change in velocity, right? There is a equal change in velocity. The change of velocity is constant because from 0 to 10 seconds it moves with 5 meter per second, and from 10 to 20 seconds there is a 5 meter per second increase, so it moves with 10 meter per second. Okay, 5 meter per second increase here, and another 5 meter per second for 10 seconds. Okay, and another 10 second interval it moves with another 5 meter per second. Okay, so 10, 5, 10 and 15, it moves with a constant change in velocity. The change of velocity is constant. The change in velocity is constant. So when the change in velocity is constant, the body is said to be moving with a constant acceleration or uniform acceleration. Okay, so in the third case, we have it picks from 0 to, so this is 24 meter per second. We said 24 meter per second, so it attains 24 meter per second at 10, and 10 to 18 it moves with a constant velocity, and 18 to 20 it comes to rest. So at 19 seconds, okay, this is a velocity time graph. This, as you can see, it moves with a constant change in velocity, okay, with a negative acceleration. Like for 19 it might have it would have come here, the velocity would have come to 12 meter per second, and from 19 to 20 it would have come to 0. From 24 meter per second, when there is a brake applied, it would have come from at 19 seconds it has come to 12 meter per second, and at 20th second it has come to 0. So there is a constant change in velocity. Okay, there is a constant change in velocity. From 18 to 19 it has come to 12 meter per second, and from 19 to 20 it has come to 0 meter per second. It has come to rest. So there is a constant change in velocity. So between 18 to 20 seconds, between 18 to 20 seconds, the acceleration is constant. It moves with constant acceleration. Okay, we'll just calculate the average acceleration for this problem. So the same, like the body moves with 0 to 10 seconds. This is 25, it is 24. Okay, and 10 to 18 it moves with constant velocity, and 20th second it comes to the rest. Okay, so we'll calculate the average acceleration between 10 seconds to 0 seconds to 10 seconds. We'll calculate the average acceleration. So if we calculate the average acceleration, del v by del t, that is v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. v2 is that is the final velocity, 24 meter per second, so 24 meter per second, minus v1 is the 0 because it starts from rest, the car starts from rest, so it is 0 divided by time t2. t2 is 10 seconds, right? t2 is 10. At 10 seconds it has reached 24 meter per second, so t2 at final velocity is 10 seconds. T1 is 0. It is at rest, right? 0. So 24 by 10 is equal to 2.4 meter per second squared. 2.4 meter per second squared. From 0 to 10, it is we said it is moving with the positive acceleration, right? Because the velocity is increasing, so it is moving with the positive acceleration. As you can see, between the time interval 0 to 10 seconds, it was moving with the plus 2.4 meter per second squared. Okay. Now we'll just look into this thing, 10 seconds to 18 seconds, case 2. Case 2 is average acceleration between 10 seconds to 18 seconds. Now average acceleration formula is del v by del t, that is v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. So v2 is final velocity here, right? So here the initial velocity is 24 meter per second and final velocity is 24 meter per second, right? So 24 minus 24, right? Because there is no change in velocity. There is no change in velocity. So T1 is that is T2 is 18 seconds minus T1 is 10 seconds. So 0 by 18 minus 10 seconds, it becomes 0 meter per second squared. So as we said, there is a uniform velocity between 10 seconds to 18 seconds, so acceleration becomes 0, right? So the average acceleration is also 0. Now we'll calculate between 18 to 20 seconds. Third case, average acceleration is equal to 18 seconds to 20 seconds. So that is at 18 seconds it was 21, that is 24. Del v by del t is equal to v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. v2 is, it has come here 0, right? 0 minus v1 is 24, that is initial velocity. Final velocity is 0 because it has come to rest at 20 seconds. And t2, the time at the final velocity is, so v2 is the velocity, the final velocity is 0 and initial velocity is 24, right, in the third case. Okay, the initial velocity is 24, the final velocity, it comes to rest, so velocity becomes 0 and time at the final velocity is 18 seconds, right? No, 20 seconds. 20 seconds minus time at the initial velocity is 18 seconds, so 18 seconds. So minus 24 divided by 2 seconds, so 12, right? So minus 12 meter per second squared. This is the third case. As we said, because the velocity is decreasing, so we'll have negative acceleration, we said. Likewise, if we calculate average acceleration, you get the negative acceleration. Okay, so when the velocity is increasing, we'll have positive acceleration, and when we have a like decreasing velocity, we'll have the negative acceleration. So let's just see the characteristics of acceleration. So as you know, acceleration can be positive, negative and even zero values, right? Acceleration can have positive, negative and zero values. It is a vector quantity. That is, it has magnitude as well as direction. So change in velocity is a acceleration, right? Change in velocity is acceleration. Change in velocity is acceleration. So velocity is a vector quantity. It has direction and magnitude. So when a velocity changes, there will be a change in direction of the velocity, or there will be a change in magnitude of the velocity. Change in magnitude of the velocity, or it can have both. Or both. If a velocity changes, there will be a change in terms of direction. So when a velocity changes, the velocity's direction would have changed, or the velocity's magnitude would have changed. Okay, as you know that we are dealing with the straight line motion. So if there is a change in velocity, we just take care of plus and minus signs. Okay, so this is the change in velocity acceleration. So if there is acceleration, acceleration happens when there is a change in direction of the velocity, or there is a change in magnitude of the velocity, or in both. Okay, so likewise.